Hello everyone, Will the Outlaw here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of the Primes Megatronus, aka The Fallen. The character of Megatronus has a deep historical importance to the lore of the Transformers, from being one of the original 13 Transformers created by Primus to literally becoming a cybertronian equivalent of Satan. You know, for being so important, this guy has gotten some very sporadic representation in media. Until recently, that is. The Age of the Primes finally gives us a definitive version of Megatronus, complete with all the pomp and circumstance allotted to a leader-class figure, complete with his signature on fire motif. As usual, I was a little hesitant to go in on the Primes, but after seeing this guy in person, the presentation and sheer raw size of this guy was a little too much to pass up. Taking a look at the figure itself, and this is what leader class should be. He's big, bulky, sturdy, and simply put, an absolute beast of a figure. He's literally built like a tower of a steel furnace with mechanical detail on every inch of his body. Despite most of the colors looking similar, there is a lot of variation once you look a little closer. The blacks, dark browns, and purples work in perfect combination with each other to give this guy an ancient utilitarian feel. What makes this deco even better is the hints of yellow throughout the bot mode. The colors make it look like he has a burning fire blazing within his body, and that makes him look exactly like he does in the original War Within comics where he made his debut. The head sculpt perfectly carries on that motif with the flaming grille face mask and eyes. Him being the first Decepticon, the details and shape of the face and head are reminiscent of the Decepticon logo, which is because the design was retroactively the direct inspiration for the logo. As big and beefy as this guy is, he is surprisingly nimble and articulated. Ball-jointed head, shoulders that can move up, down, in and out. There are butterfly joints that allow the arms to move forward and back, similar to 86 Prime. His shoulder cannons are also very well articulated. Bicep swivel, a little more than 90 elbows, wrist swivel, articulated fingers, waist swivel, legs that can go forward, back, in and out, thigh cut, a tiny bit more than 90 knees, and foot articulation with an ankle tilt. This guy is so much fun to pose, and the joints are tight and very smooth. A lot of people like to talk about the hand feel of a figure, and this guy's hand feel is so darn satisfying. Even though you can pretty much put him in any pose, he still looks best just standing there. The accessories he comes with are some of the most iconic ever associated with a Transformers character. First of all, he comes with this awesome staff. It comes in 3 pieces that includes the staff, a trident piece, and a large Bowie knife-like blade. This thing is awesome and looks both cool and intimidating in his large hands. By far his most iconic weapon, however, is his Requiem blaster cannon. This thing is a beast of a weapon that is able to draw power from a quasar's sound waves, a supernova's thermal energy, or a black hole's gravity. The blaster is massive enough to have its own gravity and is far too large for any modern Transformer to wield or even pull the trigger. In most continuities, this is considered the most powerful weapon ever. There is an extension piece as well that can go on his back here, but it's put to better use in alt mode. Finally, he comes with these unique fire effect pieces. His most iconic look is him fully engulfed in flames, and these pieces effectively give him that look. Putting them on is totally optional, but he is just not the Fallen without them. They are infinitely more effective when there is a light behind them. I mean, come on, how awesome is this? Transformation is mostly familiar and similar to the Siege and Earthrise Megatron mold with a few more steps. I especially love how the chest opens up in layers and forms 2 separate parts of the alt mode. Most modern tank modes have a tendency to be pretty finicky, but this one is really smooth and everything tabs in very satisfyingly. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this tank design is very generic and doesn't really do much to differentiate itself from other tank modes. That's what I would say if this thing didn't go so hard with the Mad Max inspired custom job. The furnace fire colors carry on from the robot mode and is accentuated with visible spikes all around the tank. I know I compared this to the War for Cybertron Megatron molds, But this one not only learned from those figures, but it is better in every way. It's more solidly held together and it feels like a brick in your hands. The turret can move around 360 degrees and can move up and down. The best part is the fact that this has actual wheels within the treads. Yes, wheels are back, baby! The accessories can be placed around the tank pretty much however you want. I like placing the staff here like this in order to make room for the flame effects, which are just as effective in this mode as the robot mode. Sure, there's a lot of empty spaces around the mold, especially under the turret, but the whole apocalyptic / utilitarian homemade aesthetic kinda gives it a pass and even gives it some character in my opinion. No lie, I seriously think this is one of the best tank modes the main line has gotten in a very long time, and it works on so many levels. I know there are a lot of rumors that this was going to be a pre-tool of the Studio Series 86 Megatron, which has since been debunked, but if that were to be the case, I wouldn't be totally disappointed in that. This is one retool I wouldn't be totally against. The Age of the Primes is off to a fantastic start with these new molds, and Megatronus is my favorite so far. I wasn't all that impressed with Prima, but Megatronus here more than made up for that figure's shortcomings. All in all, I'm not all that familiar or even that into the lore of the original 13, but if the figures we are going to be getting in the next couple of years are going to be this nice and this well made, I'm very excited to learn more about them and even more excited to add them to my ever-growing collection. Bottom line, if you get one figure from this new wave, get Megatronus here. This leader class figure is more than worth the leader price. I'm so glad I got this figure and I'm very happy I talked myself out of skipping this one. Well, that was my look at Transformers Age of the Primes Megatronus aka The Fallen. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Laters!
Check out my Patreon for early access to my videos and shoutouts on future videos. Join up and let's talk toys.